Next up in MEAL is your analysis of the evidence. When you analyze the evidence, you do not want to simply repeat what was in the quote. Your analysis has to tell the reader something new. You need to explain how your quote connects to your main claim. Here's how you do it. First, you have to give some context for the quote you pulled from the book. Assume the reader doesn't know where this quote came from and what part of the book this comes from. Let's take one of the previous examples. Remember, the claim was Carlotta didn't make the right choice in going to Central High because it was dangerous. And the example is Carlotta says, "We later learned that a bomb threat had been made against the school. Such threats would become almost a routine part of the day." And that came from page 114. This evidence about bomb threats, you need to tell the reader what events are happening when Carlotta said this in the book. I got this evidence from chapter 6 when she had been attending Central for a few months. So you need to use a transition word like "at this point in the book" or Carlotta explains, and then tell what has happened leading up to the quote. In this example, I'm going to say, "She explains how after a few months at Central, the National Guard had to get called back to campus to search for dynamite in the lockers." After you give context, the next thing you have to explain is why this evidence matters for your claim. Remember, my claim is that attending Central was dangerous. It might be obvious to you that bombs are dangerous, but you have to connect the dots for your reader. In this case, I have to explain how these bomb threats are a reason why Carlotta made the wrong choice to go to Central. I do not just want to repeat that there was a bomb threat. What would you say? I'm going to write that attending Central put herself at risk of violent racist attacks every day. It was unsafe for her to attend Central, and she could have died. Analysis is the hardest part of MEAL because you have to make new meaning and connect the dots between your claim and your evidence. Remember, good analysis will, number 1, give context for where the quote is in the book, and 2, explain why the evidence matters and how it connects to your claim. The last step of a MEAL argumentative paragraph is the L, the logical conclusion. For your conclusion, what you have to do is start with a sentence stem like "in conclusion" and sum up your main claim again. Try to use different words to communicate the same idea. Remember, the main claim in this example is that Carlotta didn't make the right choice. How would you say that in a different way? I'm going to say, Carlotta made the wrong choice to attend Central High since no one should endure the violence she experienced. Next, you're going to try out all the steps yourself. After reading the first 5 chapters, do you think Carlotta made the right choice in attending Central? Make a claim to answer this prompt. Find a quote as evidence to back up your claim. Analyze the evidence to explicitly tell the reader how your evidence proves your claim, and end with a logical conclusion.